Have no fear, the Digipreneur is here. Keron Rose joins us on the Zoom line. Keron, great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning and happy to have you back.
Yes, man, great to be back in the seat. And I look forward to our conversation because we're dealing with popular digital nomad careers in 2024. But first, if you could clarify for the audience, what exactly is classified as a digital nomad career? What is that exactly for those hearing that term for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. So a digital nomad, for starters, is somebody who only needs to they could work from anywhere in the world. It's not about, just working from home. These people could work from anywhere in the world, and the only thing they need is their computers and an internet connection, right? So when we're talking about digital nomad careers, it's what types of jobs and careers are out there that allow you to just work from a computer and an internet connection. And this frees you up now because you're able to now work for companies anywhere in the world. But then you also don't have to physically stay in any one particular place. You are able to now pick up yourself and move to a different country. And the reason why we're talking about this today is because last week we were talking about, becoming a digital nomad, and the fact that you have in 2024, countries around the world have rolled out more visa programs than the history that we know of. Now is a great time for people to start thinking about, hey, if I want to go and spend some time, whether it be permanently or even temporarily, now is a great time to start looking at other countries in Asia, Europe, South America, and Africa. You guys are able to now leverage some of the new visas that have rolled out, and this is going to be a great way for you to earn whilst you're outside of the country.
But I guess it's based on the country's digital and technological capacity, their connectivity spectrum, because I'm reading recently Estonia, which is in the Baltics, then Europe, one of the most digitally, from what they're saying, digitally connected countries in the entire world. They say you could get internet all in the mountains. The whole country is connected. So I guess if you have that Estonia model, you'll have to go to a place where there is connectivity and you could literally, truly become that digital nomad.
Yeah, the good news is that all of the countries that have rolled out a digital nomad visa program all have strong infrastructure. So when it comes to getting internet, that's one of the least things you have to worry about. And again, it's 2024. You will be hard pressed to find countries that don't have decent internet infrastructure for you to be able to do your job. I mean, even right here in the Caribbean, we could go to almost any Caribbean island and have a good experience when it comes to connectivity for your internet services. So again, you'll be hard pressed to find countries that don't have good internet, but the good news is the countries that are heavily opening up their tourism sectors to digital nomads do have the infrastructure.
Well, I know one country that the digital nomad career will not work out, and that is in North Korea. I don't think internet is. I don't think they deal with that very different over there. But that's for a different day.
Yeah. You want to do Korea? Go South Korea.
So yeah, I know the North will be a bit problematic. But let me ask you now. So let's break it down to the actual career. What exactly? Okay, is it in the realm of accounting? Could you do HR? Could you manage personnel from your computer with internet? Walk me through some actual careers.
So, here's one thing before we get into the actual careers, right? Here's one thing I would tell everybody to do. If you have a particular skill set, like you just said, HR, right? If you have a skill set or you're working in a space and you're not sure whether or not you can do that skill set remotely, I want you to jump on Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr, 2 R's, Fiverr.com. And when you get on Fiverr, type in your industry. So if I type in human resources on Fiverr, right? You are going to now see I just got 650 results of people offering human resource services, and these are all remote. So for you to get an idea as to whether or not you can execute your career remotely, go on Fiverr, punch in your career, and see exactly what are these people offering in regards to your space, because you can do it too. It's just going to take that mindset shift for you to start thinking as a digital nomad.
Spell this out. Is Fiverr F what?
Fiverr, 2 R's, Fiverr, and you can also check out freelancer.com and doing the exact same thing. Yeah, typing in your industry.
Yeah, look, Fiverr, success starts here. Okay, powerful opening line.
Yeah. And again, you're looking at what exactly are these people offering within my industry, and this is just going to validate whether or not you can actually do your career remotely.
Part of this, I would imagine, takes a level of self-discipline, because it's really based on you, based on your time schedule, budgeting, managing your time and being able to dedicate a certain amount of hours in the day to the job itself.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, there's multiple ways to go about this, right? If you want to work for a company remotely, start looking, like if you get on a platform like LinkedIn, which is the #1 B2B platform for professionals, right? You can get on a LinkedIn and you can start looking at what jobs are offering remote work. And a lot of the jobs now are specifying if it's on-site, if it's hybrid, or if it's remote, right? You can also go on platforms like Jobspresso, Simply Hired, AngelList, remote.co, and there's a bunch of other platforms that only specialize in remote jobs. And again, you could either freelance, so if you have skills, so like I can do web development, SEO, digital marketing, I can get my own clients utilizing social media, right? Or I can go and look for jobs for companies that are offering remote work. So those are 2 ways that you can go about getting a remote job. I just signed a contract to a company in the US, and I'm going to be working for them as a digital strategist, and it's going to be completely remote. So there's opportunities out there for everybody depending on how you want to go about doing it.
So Keron, in essence, you could literally work for more than one company with this business structure, this format.
Exactly. And that's the thing, right? We know right now one of the hardest things to get is to work for your current company and just ask for a raise. Now, when you are somebody who is a digital nomad, it frees you up to have multiple clients, or you could work for multiple companies. And again, as you said, self-discipline is going to be thing, because now you got to manage your time. But the reason why digital nomads is on the rise and why more countries are opening this up, because everybody's starting to understand, hey, you can earn a currency, you can earn a higher currency, and there are so many new countries that are on the up and up that have a much, much lower cost of living. For example, if you wanted to go out to Asia, all you need is $1,000 US, which is about 6,700 TT, and you can live a condo lifestyle in a Cambodia, in a Vietnam, in a Thailand, in a Singapore. It doesn't take you much money to live a very good life with a higher quality of living in a lot of different countries in Asia and South America. So again, you don't need as much money, and now you can start to freelance or take jobs that might not necessarily pay as much, because again, they're looking to outsource that labor and kind of cut down on their labor costs, but you could use that to your benefit as well.
You know, I think you would have opened many people's mind this morning. You know, it's interesting, it's exciting. I guess from what you're telling me, once you're able to manage yourself correct and market yourself correct, very lucrative, and you could really, maintain your lifestyle, have a really interesting and exciting career as a digital nomad. Closing remarks, Keron, it's all yours.
Yes, again, this is really coming down to a mindset shift. We're in the Caribbean where we know people are upskilling to a point where, maybe their jobs are not allowing them to fully tap into the things that they've learned. We also know that there's a limited amount of opportunities Caribbean-wide. Don't get frustrated. Again, now is the time to start looking at the rest of the world, even if it's on a temporary basis. And again, folks, one of the things we lack Caribbean-wide is that global perspective of how things work in higher functioning societies. You spending at least a year outside of the Caribbean region is only going to help your personal development, and you should bring those experiences back into the region to help push us forward.
Keron Rose, always a pleasure. Our Digipreneur always here every Tuesday.
Thanks
God
again.
spare. Yeah, all the best, man. You're welcome. God spare. We do it
Take
again
care.
next week, Tuesday. Easy, Keron. Keron Rose, Digipreneur. Up next, our conversation on cancer. We are dealing with survivorship, and joining us on the Zoom line, Darius Emmerich, global hero of hope. Let's hear his story after the break.